Hello, Minecraft fans! I just threw away my sword. But I want to do a tutorial about how to identify slime chunks and how to get slimes to spawn and how to farm them. And a lot of my inventions, for example this door and also this enchanting room, this elevator, but not this elevator, this greenhouse, and even this tree farm. They all have sticky pistons, and sticky pistons are made with slime balls. And for that you wanna have slimes. And to farm slimes, well, you kinda have a bit, you have to need a bit of luck, because you don't encounter them like everywhere. They just rarely spawn in some caves underneath the earth. But what do slimes need to spawn? I'm going to show you with this mod that I have. That dog activated my tree farm again. So I'm gonna hit tab. I'll show you my minimap. And this minimap is a plugin and it's called Rei Minimap. And you can see the menu over here. This is the name, Rei Minimap. It's version 3.004 for a Minecraft version 1.2.5. And this minimap has a lot of options. And one that you can already see right over here is that it will show chunks, and it will show certain chunks, and these chunks are red. And let's go to that. You can find it in service map options. It's usually turned off, but you can enable it. I'm gonna disable them first. You want to have these two turned on: show slime chunk and show chunk grid. And it will show you a grid, and all these slime chunks are colored red. And what are chunks? I'm gonna explain it really simple. Chunks are areas of 16 by 16 blocks that make up the whole Minecraft map. And right here you can see, for example, a chunk border, and if we press the X key you get a big map, and you can see it's just like a checkerboard. Every part has a piece of the terrain in it, and all the data is saved in one chunk. So all the area that is in between this point and the point right over on the other side of that tree, that's called one chunk, and it will save all the data in the save file. And one of these chunks, for example this red one, will result in slime spawns, and slime will spawn deep in the earth. I think slimes will spawn from bedrock up to about level 40. So for slimes to collect slimes, we need to go down into the caves, and about this height you can see there's a slime. But this slime isn't spawned in a natural cave. This is actually a room that I dug out. So I used Rei's Minimap, and let's just put it up again. And let's go stand in the corner of this room, or in the corner of the room underneath it. And you can see the corner of this room is the corner of that red square. And if we walk all the way towards the other side, you can see the other side of the corner of that room is the other side of that square. So we dug out the whole square that is within this red part, and this whole room is just one big square. And this red square will just spawn the slimes. So by digging out a room right over here, we will have a place where we can go to check if slimes have spawned. And as you can see up here, the slime has already spawned. So I'm gonna get rid of these slime balls here, and I'm gonna use my looting sword on this big slime. And we'll see it drops and it will break up into smaller slimes. These smaller slimes will break up in even more smaller slimes. And well, a cool thing about a looting sword is you get lots and lots of drops from these small slimes. So you get a whole lot of slime balls. But you don't really need a looting sword for it. You can still get slime balls, but not at a high rate. So yeah, you preferably want a looting sword, because otherwise you have to wait around a whole lot of time to collect all these slimes. So let's just go over these rooms. This room is and you can see in the top right corner of my screen, is at level 18. So level 18 till level 21. And if you hit F3, it will show you the debug screen, and on the left side you can see the X, the Y and the Z, and those contain the exact location, the coordinates where you are on the map right now. And as you can see, X is 127, the Z is 208, and that's just north to south and east to west. And the Y, that's the height. So I'm currently at block 19 from the bottom of the map, and that's including the bedrock. I think bedrock stops about at level 5, and from up to level 5 to level 12 is usually the area where you can find lava lakes, and from bedrock to level 18 is where you can find diamonds, and from bedrock up to level 40 is where you can find slimes. So why did I dig out a slime room right over here? Because this is the area where I have a high chance of running into valuables like gold, like redstone, and if I go down in this room, I even have a chance of finding diamonds. So yeah, I took out this room at this height, but right now this room will not result in slime spawning as long as I will stay here, because slimes usually spawn a little bit away from you. They spawn about 24 blocks away from you, or even further. The sweet spot, I think, is in between 24 and 40 blocks, and that's where slimes usually like to spawn. So for that, I like to dig out another room, and that room is connected to this room just over here. It's a bit down, and this is another slime chunk, as you can see on my minimap in the red squares again. And this can also spawn slimes in this room. And as we can go down here, you can see there's a slime right over there, and there's also a slime right over here. So let's just kill these off and grab their delicious slime balls. And well, I don't really need them because I'm still in creative mode, but just gonna show you off how easy it is to get all these slimes. So I dug out two rooms that are pretty close to each other, so I can just kill slimes in one room, and at that moment slimes can spawn in the room adjacent to it, and well, we can just run up and down and kill slimes and get all the slime balls. Well, it will not always yield slimes, because if we kill all the slimes right now, we might have to wait quite a bit. So that's why I dug out multiple rooms. So the more rooms you have, the more places you have for slimes to spawn. And that will result in a higher chance of actually getting a lot of slime balls. But still, you might have to wait around a bit, or you might have to return here a few times a day, just to check if any slimes have spawned. So it's just a game of patience. You have to wait around. So for now, I'm just gonna return to the servers, and I will check back as soon as I have reached the servers. It will have reset probably a lot of the monster spawns, and maybe slimes have now appeared here, but there's also a chance that they haven't appeared here. So how many rooms do you actually need for slimes to spawn? Basically, you only need one room, one chunk. That's all you need. Slimes will eventually spawn there, but you will have to wait a long time. You have to be lucky. So to improve your odds a bit, you want to dig out two rooms, and preferably two rooms that are a bit away from each other. For example, this chunk where I'm standing in right now, and that chunk on the other side of the map. That's probably, I think, a good balance. If you have like two chunks next to each other, it might still take some time for slimes to spawn all the way on the other side of the chunk, and it might still be within the area. So a chunk is 16 blocks, so two chunks is 32 blocks, and that will have a sweet spot from, I think, about 24 to 34. It's about 10 blocks. So if you have a chunk that is even a bit further away, you will also get slime spawns in there. It's a lot of technical detail, but yeah, just pick out a few rooms that are close together, and you can just walk up and down, kill off the slimes, and then return to your base, put the slime balls in your chest, and come back later to get more. So how much rooms do you need? Well, I think it just depends on how much slime balls that you want. If you want to have a whole lot and you want to have a whole lot of redstone contraptions, well, you need a lot of slime balls, so you want to dig out at least 2 or 3 levels. But if you don't need that much, or you have a lot of time and you check really often back and to see if slimes have spawned, well, you can do with probably 1 level. But then again, you might find that you would come there and there isn't any slime, and well, you have to return later. So yeah, it's totally up to you. You will find a good balance at the moment that you start digging out these rooms, because if you dig out one room and the other one is already dug out, the moment you are digging, slimes will spawn in the room adjacent to it. So yeah, you have a good chance of finding slimes then, and already collecting a lot of slime balls still while you're digging out these rooms. And well, at a certain point you will find that you have you're getting enough slime balls, and well, that's the point where you decide, well, let's not dig out anymore, because that's kind of a waste of resources and time. But yeah, that's my tutorial. I have links to Rei's Minimap and a tutorial on how to install it in my description. What else? Just a basic conclusion. Use the map, find the red squares, go down in the earth about between level 12 and maybe level 30. Dig out the rooms all inside these red squares, and just wait for slimes to spawn and kill them. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope it wasn't too long. And I'll see you next time in another video. So, have a nice day. Goodbye.